Привет. I will react to AsmondGOLD about the situation with Palestine and what made him banned on Twitch and what made him become AsmondSOY. So let's see what happened.
Are not the same as us. If you want to consider a genocide as a systematic killing of a group of people, they have genocide built into Sharia law right now. So no, I'm not going to cry a fucking river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws are getting genocided. I don't give a fuck. They're terrible people. It's not even a question. It's crazy that people don't see it that way. They'd be doing the same thing.
True.
And how much did they kill? As many as they can.
True.
They're not able to kill as many people as Israel because they don't have as many bombs and as many weapons. But if they did, they'd be doing the same thing. That's it. Just takes enough. That's right. These people are not your allies. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture that is horrible. It kills people for their identity, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for, and it is an inferior culture in all ways. It is that simple. No, I don't feel bad for them. I don't.
A little bit harsh that he don't care. That he don't feel bad for them, because there are many Muslims and not all of them are radical like these ones of Hamas, for example. Not all of them want death to the Jews, but most of them want, because it's written in the Quran. AsmondGOLD spoke out of frustration, maybe. He spoke the truth, and he was a bit harsh regarding the that he doesn't care about the lives of others, that maybe they are not radical like this. That was the only harsh thing that he said. Nothing racist, nothing outrageous. He spoke only facts, and he got banned from Twitch. But there are many people who promote the terrorist behavior of Hamas, and they are still going on platforms like Twitch and any other platform. What is that all about? I tell you what is that all about. It happens that the world is governed by Satan, and Satan will not appear in front of anyone to say, hey, do this and do that. But he will speak only to the small secret groups that he established into this world, and they will tell the puppets what to say and what to do and what to preach. The puppets are the influencers, like Taylor Swift, like the big ones, yeah? That you see that they promote political correctness and they promote political agendas. And everything that they promote is going one way. It made it looks like it's something as a good moral, like it's something to fight for. But what they promote is only evil disguised as good. For example, do you know that in Islam, the Muslim community. Islam is not a religion of peace, but is a religion that seeks to destroy all Jews and all Christians. In this moment, right now, in Nigeria, Christians are killed every day. Nobody talks about that. By Muslims, of course. In other countries as well, but in Nigeria, it's very, almost all of them eliminated. They have it written in the Quran that they need to fight the Jews and the Christians. And they don't want the Palestinians. They don't want only the land. They want even more. They want blood.
حلوا عنا يا حماس حلوا عنا يا حماس حلوا عنا يا حماس حلوا عنا يا حماس الدم بالدولار زاد الدم بالدولار حلوا عنا انه قرار سلم خلاص معي هبل هذا اللي بيسويه هبل قتل شعبه السنوار قتل شعبه
وين العدالة؟ هو هذا الحكم اللي بيحكمنا يا سنوار وهنية ابن المسؤول الحمساوي بقى عمره 20 سنة وله سيارة وله جب وله عمارة ومتزوج وله كل ما يملك وابن أولادنا لا يملكوا من الحياة شيء.
إذا حكيت لك إنه حماس دمغت غزة شو بتقول لنا؟
هذا شيء أكيد شيء أكيد يعني تمام هذا صحيح سبب.
وبعدين بالنسبة للمقاومة اللي بتيجي بتخبى بين الناس ليش تخبى بين الناس؟ يروح في جهنم يتخبى يعني ايش بالنسبه للمقاومه اللي بتيجي بتخبى بين الناس ليش تخبى بين الناس يروح في جهنم يتخبى يعني هذه شهادات من
اللي دمروا البلد قول له يا ابو العبد انت اكبر حبيب
يا هنية ويا عباس يا هنية ويا عباس وين الكهرب وين الغاز وين الكهرب وين الغاز
احنا دفعنا ثمن تذكرة حماس احنا دفعناها دفعنا التذكرة لها.
بدي اوجه رسالتي إلى حكومة حماس حسبي الله عليك والله يلعنك ويلعن أبوك ويلعن اللي جابك والله يلعنك يا سنوار يا ابن الكلب حسبي الله عليك دمرتنا يا
And they seek a motive to take the blood of the Jews and of the Christians, but they hate Jews so much because they sit in the land that they demand is theirs. So they seek for a motive to execute Jews, exactly like what happened with the Marxist ideology, BLM, that they wanted a motive to express their true nature. So the criminal was died under the influence of drugs.
No, I can't choke. I can't breathe, please.
And after that, all madness broke loose, and they manifested, justifying their action, their bad action and bad behaviors and destructions, because a criminal was murdered, but he died of overdose. Exactly like that, the Muslims manifest, seeking the motive that the Jews are attacking. But the Jews are only defending themselves because only Palestinians, Hamas and ISIS, those terrorist groups attacked and surprise attacked and killed many Jews, women and children, and they did bad things to girls until they bleed out of down there, and people who know. In Gaza, for example, they even throw gay people off the roof, but still the indoctrinated, the progressive liberals will act because they got influenced by the influencers who tell them free Palestine, who tell them take this side because this is good, without knowing the truth behind it. And it seems like AsmondGOLD, the man who I thought that he is one of the few who speak the truth without caring about other people's feelings. And in one particular video, I noticed about AsmondGOLD that I think he might be only pandering to those who he sees that they don't have power over him, because he took side against a Christian girl in that video, and he seems like he only speaks he spoke only the truth that didn't put him on a wall, to say like that. But this time he enraged the mob, the woke mob, so much that he failed. And now we saw that he truly was pandering all this time. He was undercover coward, and he said never apologize to the mob. He now apologizes, and he becomes a soy boy. In his video, he almost showed that he wants to become a Muslim. He didn't say these words, but he wants to go and experience, to see with his own eyes the truth about Islam and discover. I will suggest he will not do this because he might be off this planet pretty soon. Because the woke mob will not take his side ever, no matter what he does, will trash him around. But the Muslims will do to him bad things if he goes in their country after what he said publicly about them, about their religion. So either way, it's very bad for Asmond. It's very bad for him, and I hope that he will come to realization that he should never apologize for speaking the truth, but he must accept the consequence of censorship, because Satan rules the world and he will censor everything that goes against his plans, against his narrative. And if you dare stand tall against this, then you will be censored.
I have a very negative opinion of a lot of religions. I've had the experience firsthand of the negative effects of Christianity.
I'm very curious, what are the negative first-hand experience of Christianity? I'm very curious, because from all the religions in the world, Christianity is the most peaceful. And because in some parts, in Christian churches, there are a lot of sick people, sick individuals. That doesn't mean Christianity is bad, because they are not Christians. They are wolves in sheep clothing. So maybe that's what he was experiencing. But Islam is promoting the behavior that they show. You understand?
And, you know, the way that I view that. And I've always read a lot of very bad things about Islam. And I've made a lot of criticisms of it. I've talked to a lot of people about it, I've heard a lot about it, and I've been like watching things about it, and I've been like hearing people telling me this is the way it is, but I've never seen it. And I actually think that
he has never seen it. He has never seen Allahu Akbar boom boom. He has never seen it. Interesting. But he experienced negative effects of Christianity. That tells you a lot. That tells you that the world can mock Christians, they can eliminate Christians, they can destroy every Christian, no matter what, with all justifications, and nobody will do anything. Nobody will say anything. They will even promote this type of behavior. They will even rise you up if you mock a Christian. So he experienced what? The censorship of Christianity? I don't understand. I need to understand. But he didn't see, he only heard about Islam, about bad things of Islam. He never saw it. Never on the news, never anywhere. So this is new.
After all this, I think towards the end of next year, I think I'd like to visit the Middle East and see it for myself. I want to see it for a historical perspective, right? I would love to go to Istanbul in Turkey.
They will eliminate homosexuals as well only because they are gay. So because you spoke against their religion, you will suffer greater consequence if you dare go to their countries. So I don't know how will you compare Islam to Christianity after, because you will be not anymore. Yeah, okay, let's see this guy, for example. We are on the page that promotes a lot of things that you don't see or hear, finding the truth on Facebook. And let's see this one. Is Piers Morgan speaking with Douglas Murray about the innocent Gazans. Let's hear what he has to say, the most important thing. If you want to hear everything, you should go see the whole video, but I will put only the most important.
See the other day. I can tell you one thing, the comparison between Hamas and the Nazis is insufficient. And sorry, there's an incoming.
Get safe, Douglas.
Come.
So, okay. Anyhow, we're okay.
Are you okay?
Let's just. Yeah. It's fine. Sorry, it was a rocket coming. It looked like it was just going to land on us here.
Which way was that rocket coming from?
Okay.
Was it coming from Gaza or from Israel?
Yes, it seemed to be coming from Gaza. So, yeah, it's fine. It's okay. It's been happening all day. Let me just finish this point, if I may.
Before we go on, Douglas, Atman, how does that make you? How does that make you feel? What just happened there?
I mean, it's. I'm a little used to it. I was in Ukraine last year and was in Kherson and Odessa and Mykolaiv, and when the Russians were shelling it, so I'm a little used to it. But just if I can just finish this point, sorry, there's a lot of banging going on, but anyway, we'll keep going.
Well, look, if you need to stop, Douglas, we understand.
No, don't worry. If we need to stop, I'll run to the shelter, I assure you.
A quick pause here. They launch rockets like they always do, the Muslims, yeah? Even like about 4 years ago, I was in Jerusalem myself, yes? And in that period of time, even then, they launched 300 rockets. So Muslims in about, I don't know, from 2005, from what I understand, they made war to Israelites, to Jerusalem, to Jews. And nobody said anything until now, because now Israel is defending, is fighting back, because that. So, yeah.
The thing that struck me, Piers, about seeing the 7th of October footage was that even the Nazis were actually ashamed of what they did. SS battalions who spent their days shooting Jews in the back of the head and pushing them into trenches had to get very, very drunk in the evening to forget what they had done. The Nazi high command famously had to sort of get around the problem of soldier morale, because the soldiers knew this wasn't exactly what their lives were meant to look like either. I tell you one very big difference. If you look at the footage, the raw footage, and I really hope people don't on a wider scale have to view what I viewed the other day, if they see it, they will see something that is at least as barbaric as what the Nazis did. But here's the difference. They did it with glee. They were deeply proud. You see people trying to, taking the head off a young Israeli man with a shovel, and then calling their parents back in Gaza and telling them, Father, I've killed 10 Jews with my own hands. Get mother on the phone. I want to tell her how great a job her son has done. I come back to this thing. I'm not exaggerating this. It's very, very interesting, and people need to realize. You had this situation with the Nazis, where they also were a genocidal anti-Semitic organization, but they tried to cover their crimes up. Hamas are actually proud of them, and they've said they will do them until the whole world is clear of Jews. Yeah. So I suggest we take that seriously. I hope they continue to take it seriously, but I think the world should take it seriously, and that includes Britain. And when I hear British journalists, British commentators, and British politicians lecturing the Israelis on what they should do, I think, I'm sorry, this shows a failing in our country. It shows that we in Britain cannot enforce our laws. We don't even enforce our borders in Britain. It's us that is the weak link in the international security chain on this, not Israel.
You heard what he said, yes? So, it's written in their Quran. Understand this. They need to do what the Quran said. And most of the Muslims are living by the Quran. And if it's written in the Quran, even the peaceful Muslims that you see around you, you don't know what they have in their heart. Because if they could, they will off you very quick. I live in London at this moment, and in London, they speak plain, and they tell you, many of them, that for the sake of Allah, they will eliminate you very easy. But because they are in the UK, it's still a bit regulating this. They don't dare. But it will come a time when they will have full power, because the devil will be supporting this. And the devil is already doing that and pushing that and promoting that through the influencers. So, yes, this is the end of the world. And we who speak the truth, we need to speak the truth no matter what. Even if we lose everything, even if we lose our lives. Because the truth will set you free. Remember this. Don't become their slave. Don't become their puppet. Speak the truth, no matter what. Stand tall. Be a soldier of God.
Preach, brother, preach. Take the courage and preach.